Me that well. Huh. All right, we're live. Nice. This camera doesn't look too good a quality. That's okay though. Um, Sick. All right, let us know if you can hear anything. I think I should be live. I think it should be good. How's everybody doing? Doing well? I'm doing well. Happy release day. Pretty excited. Um, yeah. All right. So I am chilling. Let's see. Is that mute? Okay. It looks like it's picking me up. Give me a thumbs up, someone, if you can hear me. That's the what I'm curious about. I'm sure it's fine. Um, yeah. Anyways, hope everyone's been good. I've been pretty busy. Been thumbs up. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for hanging out. This is exciting. Get to see the new music video that we shot. I actually shot this in my house with my friend Moz, and yeah, it was really did it really quick, and then someone did some beautiful animations over it, which I thought was really cool. Um, Little secret between us, I guess. I was feeling kind of like I haven't done too many like singing to camera kind of videos, so it was sort of a funny thing to feel insecure about, but it was just different for me. So I was a bit like, oh yeah, hope everybody likes it. So I think it's like that with anything. When you create something, you always want to make sure it goes okay. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. I thought maybe I'd kind of hang out and talk a bit about the process of this song changing. Um, yeah, it's actually kind of timely to be honest with you because I'm moving right now. Just packing up a few things. I'm moving my studio. I'm in my old studio right now. I'll kind of show you around this guitar world there. My dog, he never leaves. He's always here. And this is kind of my little mixing desk. That stuff there. So, you know, um, so this is sort of my little world in here where I like to make music and spend time and, you know, it's really private too, which is what I like. Some people don't like having, most studios don't have windows. This one doesn't really have windows, but I kind of like that because it feels like I'm kind of tucked away and I don't have to think about anyone else and I can just think about music and the songs. So yeah, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, but this song, maybe I'll talk about this song, changing. Um, yeah, so the lyrics was like kind of inspired off of just sort of this kind of quote that someone said to me. I don't know if it was a quote. I don't know where I heard it from actually. It might have been a podcast or something that every cell in your body changes every 7 years. So essentially, it's like a snake shedding its skin or something, that kind of thing. But your whole body is completely different. Like you're a new person every 7 years. And I thought that's kind of a great mindset to have. That thanks, Georgia. Um, I think it's a great mindset to have to feel like you can restart. You can restart your life in a sense, because your body does. So I think it's kind of cool. So it was kind of I had that in my mind a little bit when I was writing it, but lately I've been writing songs a little differently than I used to. I used to write songs like so formulaic, like it has to be this one long story and everything has to add up. Like I was putting together some sort of Martin Scorsese film. Then I listened to a bunch of other artists that really inspire me, and they kind of write songs in like little poems almost, like a verse might have a few lines that all tie together, and then the next verse might, and it's sort of a little bit more ambiguous and less like a big storyline, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I've been really enjoying that, just having the freedom to be creative in wordplay and just kind of singing almost how you feel in the moment too, rather than trying to be so methodical about it that it's kind of loses maybe a bit of emotion when you like overcook the lyrics is what we call it. So you know but anyways, yeah, productions for this one was fun. I tried a few new things. Actually, maybe you guys have noticed my singing's changed a little bit. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, from my earlier stuff. And maybe I'll tell you a little story about that. It was I was producing an artist that was a really good singer, and she was projecting in this way that since I'm sitting right next to her, I could really kind of hear how she was using her voice. I found it really interesting. She was kind of singing more from her mask and kind of using mixed voice is what they call it. And I remember I was trying to show her melodies I thought that would be good. And I was sort of singing in I call it my producer voice, I guess, where I'm not really trying to be performative with my singing. It's more like I'm just trying to, oh, thanks, Lauren. Just trying to get the idea across. So I'm singing almost kind of like, a little less tone or a little less thought put into it, like effortlessly singing in a way. And basically, yeah, so with that, I sang to her, and then she said, "Oh, your voice sounds really cool when you sing like that." I was like, "Oh, what the heck?" So then it kind of just changed my whole perspective on like what is acceptable singing, and it kind of made me get a little bit more curious about my voice. So on this whole collection of songs, this EP, I've been exploring my voice a lot more. It's been really really fun. So yeah, I guess it's never too late to try something new with yourself musically, big time. Oh, thanks, Georgia. Uh, on my production. Oh, thanks. Cool. Ah, cool. You're recording your own stuff. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's tough. I tell you, no, I find some people kind of lose they kind of go crazy recording their own stuff because it's kind of like when is it finished? Usually when you record with someone else, it finishes when your schedule finishes or whatever, right? But when you have your studio in your house, it's kind of like it could never finish. Like you could never finish it because you could always work on it. You kind of have not endless time, but you could spend so much time on it that it sort of can become a bit, you know, like this arduous, long process if you want it to. So I think I've learned over the years, like to just sort of let the process like unfold and let the song see its full potential, but also know when it's like reached it. Because sometimes you can try to, I don't know, make something more than what it is, if that makes sense. Like if you wrote a song, huh? I don't know what's wrong with Lockie. The song sounds unreal. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Lockie. I don't think he hated the song. Hey, Lockie, did you hate the song? Hey, Lockie. Lockie, wanna say hi? No. Okay. I think he's tired. He was up last night. He was keeping me up last night. He was walking around the house, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he just was asking to go outside. It was actually pretty annoying. So, but he's a cool dude. Um, but what was I talking about? I'm just sort of it's funny to talk to the internet because you kind of are essentially talking to yourself, which is kind of a funny thing to do. I feel like I'm in a therapy session right now. It's actually kind of nice. So here you go. You guys can be my therapist. But yeah, felt like with these collection of songs, like writing them was pretty quick. The writing was quick, but then the producing was took a little longer because I was just wanting to experiment a bit more. So I was working with different drum grooves and like different sort of just like if I normally did something a certain way, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it a different way if I can, just to challenge myself and make sure that I wasn't sort of relying on sort of what I usually do, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's probably a self-conscious thing more than anything, you know. But yeah, so it's been really fun. This collection of songs have been super fun to release because a lot of it's different. And even the songs that I'm about to release later on in the year are super different. There's one in particular that I'm like almost a little bit scared to release, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. But um, but yeah, I got a couple questions actually from the internet, from the other place, the Instagram. We shouldn't talk about that on here, but from the Instagram, I might just have a look and answer a few. Let me see here. Let's see. I need to find them. Oh, geez, I don't even know where you find them. Sorry, this is getting boring now. I need to find them. Here we go. Looking for questions to be answered. Ah, it says there's a question. It says, how many elements are in the song? Guitar, synths, cowbell. Yeah. Oh, geez, that's a really good question. There's quite a few. Like, guess there's a lot, but then there's a not. There's a bass, there's drums, there's a few harmonies, lead vocal, obviously, acoustic guitar. Piano is quite a strong one. Oh, hey, network. My record label's on here. I better behave. Just kidding. They're actually so chill. I love them. I love you guys. You guys are so great. Um, and what else was in the track? I was playing around with some synthesizers actually, which was really cool. And it was really fun to explore that because I just I came from like a folky kind of music background, as most people probably know, and to play around with synthesizers is super fun because it's like a total new, it's like a new toy, right? And it's such a silly instrument, like you can get pretty out of hand quickly, so you got to be careful. But you can really make some beautiful sounds with synthesizers. Like I definitely am gonna do some more exploring of that. I feel like piano in this track's been a bit heavier influence. Actually, I think a lot of the verse I wrote on piano, like playing piano rather than guitar. So my rhythm with my vocal was quite different, which was cool. Um, which was cool. But yeah. So for that question, lots of things, but more synthesizer. Oh, this is my brother Owen. He's such a funny dude. He lives in Vancouver. He's like a writer. He writes books. He's always very critical of my lyrics, which is funny. Sounds like the release was cathartic for you. It actually is. Every single time I release music, I always feel like a sense of relief and like I don't know. It's like a I just feel like a better human. Like whenever I release a song, I always have a good day because I always feel like finally I get to. It's like Christmas or something. I get to. It's like expressing yourself does feel good without a doubt. I love it. So I'm just happy everyone lets me release so many songs because it's so fun. Did the dog actually write it? And you are a fraud next to his excellency. That's what my brother wrote. Well, uh, my dog's inspired a few songs for sure. He's got such a kind heart. That dog. Well, I'll show you guys in case you haven't seen him. This dog. Hey, Lockie. Do you have the kindest heart in the world? He's annoyed by me. He's trying to sleep. Oh, inspiration behind the music video. Okay, I'll jump into that question. Okay, so the inspiration behind the video was probably well, there was this like because I had this because I was like the title's changing, so I thought it'd be cool to have like a metamorphosis kind of type video where things were like a like kind of gradual change. But then the art sort of creative director person, I'm not sure what you called him, the animator, came up with this idea of having like sort of almost like these colors were like emotions inside of everyone and you could see them in me like almost like an aura kind of thing. And so when you see the video, you'll see me like singing to camera, which I will cringe. Hopefully you don't. And it shows all these different kind of emotions, and it kind of gets more intense as the video goes on. And it's sort of like these colors are signifying of like I guess feeling and emotion and change potentially. So I definitely wanted something that kind of took like a human form and then kind of distorted it and made it different. So there was like a Chet Faker video that I remember stuck with me. I think it was from one of his big songs where he kind of sat there and his face changed over time kind of thing. It was really cool. So we kind of took that concept, but we did it completely different because I don't know, we just did. So favorite lyric. Oof. Jeez. That's funny. Um that's a good one. I can't even think right now about what the lyrics would be. Um, I'll have to get back to you on that. I have to think. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now with that one because simply because I don't know. I'm just trying to comb through the lyrics in my head right now. It's sort of like I like the lyric. I'm not looking for forgiveness. 'Cause one day I'll find it on my own. It's kind of like I like that lyric. I like that lyric. It's kind of like you're gonna learn your own lesson. I had a friend that was drinking like quite a lot, and it was sort of this thing where everyone was like talking to them and trying to get them to calm down on the booze, and it just it was like no one was gonna tell this person to stop. They had to tell themselves, and that's kinda I think I was thinking that when I was singing that lyric. I'm not sure if I quoted it exactly. I'd have to sing the song to, like, remember it, but it was something like that. How did you start writing the song? Well, I had the chorus first. So the chorus was the first thing. It was like an iPhone memo. Then usually it's like almost like an investigative puzzle. So I'll do like sort of free form sort of jam. I call it almost like jamming with yourself, where you sing and play guitar, and then you kind of ramble, and it's almost like stream of consciousness because you're like singing words and sounds and things like that. And then I came up with the line of the chorus, and I was like, ooh, I like kind of liked that, and then I kind of investigated it more. Then I ended up recording the chorus and putting all the instruments together, which is not normally something I do. Then I built like a bed around the verse, and then I kind of played some piano around it, and then started singing to that, the verses. But the verses took a lot longer for sure. The chorus came pretty quick, but that's kind of how it came together. So it kind of went from like iPhone memo pencil drawing to full blown. Got something on my fingers. Full blown production. So yeah. How long ago did I write the song? Oh my god. I guess I wrote not that long ago, probably a year ago. Maybe no, maybe a bit longer, I'd say. But it's funny lately, writing and producing are kind of going hand in hand. Like they kind of like it's almost like getting pretty fused. Like before I used to do writing and then producing was sort of different and they weren't like together, but I've gotten so intuitive with recording and producing that they're almost like informing each other, like a certain tone of a verse or a sound might help me inform the lyrics a bit more than before. Like before it was always like I'd have the guitar and just sing and write a song, but yeah, it's changed a lot over the years because I've just been so excited with it. Who am I been working with? Oh, yeah, who have I been working with? Well, I guess a few people. I've been working with I finished a record with this guy named Jack Botts. I really like him. He's sort of like a coastal folk hero around here. And he's really cool. Who else have I been working with? Jem Cassaday, she's awesome. If you guys want to check out a great singer-songwriter, she's really cool. She has an amazing voice. We just did a single together, which was super cool. Um, did some stuff with Pete Murray. I don't know if you guys everyone in Australia knows him. And yeah, it's been great. Did some stuff with Dave McCready. He's in the chat. Hey Dave. Yeah, I've been working with heaps of people. I've been pretty lucky actually. I've been able to work with so many inspiring artists over the past little while. It's been super nice. So ooh, who I'd like to work with. Actually, funnily enough, I actually was thinking I'd love to go and work with Hayden. Me and him have been talking about working together for a long time, and I want to work with him. I wouldn't mind going down and doing some writing with Hayden and maybe even Harrison Storm or you know, maybe Dustin Tebbit or something if they're down. Maybe just going to Victoria and hanging out with that crew of songwriters and just seeing what comes out because it could be really really exciting. So any of those guys. But I'd love to work with someone like I don't know, like a Vance Joy or something like that. That'd be a dream come true to work with someone, produce a record like that with someone like that, or produce a folky ballad with Taylor Swift. That would be pretty amazing. One day, but that would be really cool. I think I do a good job too. But yeah, yeah, I do love doing the producing side. It's super fun. It's become definitely more of a passion lately because of just I don't know. It's just such a exciting place to be when you're creating things. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I would love to work with all those guys. So um yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, but the EP, maybe I'll explain the EP art since we're just a tiny few of us. Um, a friend of Networks, he's like a painter. Oh my god, I've forgotten his name off the top of my head. John. John. He did this amazing painting for me, and I was obsessed with this painting from Edward Hopper called Nighthawks. It's a really famous painting. It's not like it's some indie painting. It's like super famous. It's the people in the cafe in New York. and you can see through the window and the street's empty. It's called Nighthawks, and I've named the EP Nighthawks because I feel like that just captures such a cool mood. Um, and then I wanted to have this sort of um, picture of a building, and you just see all these people living their lives in their little sections. And I felt like it's almost like the songs were like these little snips into people's lives and different scenarios of how people are going through life. So there's one window where there's a woman putting on makeup. It's called Changing, and she's like looking for a change. So she's putting on makeup to look for someone to change her life, you know? Um, and then there's the other ones like Never Alone. It's like a couple embracing. And then there was another one, Losing Touch, which is a couple with their backs turned. So it was just this really cool. I just was so excited about it, how we kind of made these scenarios for the song within the window. And it's such an everyday scenario. And it's like this apartment block is explaining it's kind of symbolic of the songs. And it kind of almost feels like this like apartment is the EP with all these people in it. So yeah. Oh, it sounds like I'm battling a cold. Yeah, a little bit actually. Yeah, sorry. It probably sounds a bit gross. I apologize. Yeah, a little bit of a cold. It kind of just came in time for this little chat actually. But yeah, but yeah, so I'm super excited about that artwork. I thought it was John did such a great job, and every single time he sent me more of the little sort of squares, I guess, or of the apartment building. I was always excited to see what we'd come up with. So, because I remember when we started this, I was actually in Vancouver, and I got to sit down with him at a table in Network's office, and it was really cool. Like we just sat down, and he had like a napkin. I think he was just kind of jotting down ideas, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." And so it's a physical painting. He actually has a painting. So yeah. Ooh, fave song from the EP. Oh man. Jeez. I don't know. I really like Slow Motion. Like that one feels like a really rounded song for me. I like Never Alone too, because Alina, she's featured on it and she's got the best voice. I couldn't believe she agreed to do the track. I felt so like lucky. I was like, oh my god. So those two for sure. Maybe Never Alone though, because it definitely is a special moment. And then there's one that isn't released yet that I'm excited about because it's really different for me. Um, so you know, but I guess the thing I've really liked about this EP so far is I feel like there's a lot of what's it called? There's a lot of variation. Like it feels like a lot of the songs kind of have different personalities, which I kind of felt kind of happy about because the last record I did, I wanted it to be very unified. The Small Time Rituals, I wanted it to kind of feel like every song kind of blended quite well together. Like not like a concept record, but tonality wise. But then I wanted this EP just to be kind of crazy. Like there was nothing to do. Oh, the video with Alina. Yeah. Oh my god. So she shot it in Sweden, and then I shot it in Australia here in Byron, and the beaches were. It was like a beach. It was a beach off. Who had the better beach? And actually, I would love to go to a Swedish beach. Oh my god, they look so amazing. But, that was really fun to do. It was funny though because of the time change for us is so it's like the worst time change between Sweden and yeah, um, the time change is, like, super bad. So, like, pretty much we had to, like, meet at, like, this 2-hour gap between when one was waking up and one was going to bed. So the meetings for, like, planning the video and the sequel were, like it was the worst, but it was really fun, and it's amazing we can do that now. So, yeah, so it was really cool. So the place that I shot was, like, this place called Boulders, if you look it up, or if you're ever in Australia and you have a chance to check it out. It's like this big cliff where the kind of grass comes up, and then there's a big cliff that drops off, and it's just ocean, which is, pretty amazing. Like maybe the only other place you'd get it is like Vancouver or South America or something. So we shot ours there, and then they shot theirs at a beach in Sweden. So yeah, it was really cool. It looked like it was really cold where she was actually. So thanks for braving the cold, Lena. Really, really stoked on that. So, but yeah, this release has been awesome. I feel like it's been really, really I don't know, just like easy. Feels like it's been really easy. Like not there hasn't been, knock on wood, anything too crazy. So yeah, so it's been great. I'm really looking forward to the last few songs to be released, and then I'm also working. I'm always working on new music, so I have new music, kind of few ideas in the pipe that I'm working on. And I'm just trying to find a clear direction. I always like to do that with EPs where I have almost like rules for bodies of music where I put these kind of rules on myself to like or guidelines just to kind of have a direction of where I'm going with a group of songs. Um, so it's a little less chaotic when they all come together. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Which songs are the ones? So yeah, but it's exciting. All good stuff. So yeah, really really good stuff. And thanks for coming online, guys. I really appreciate you guys all joining me on my old laptop. Right now, I'm on a vintage laptop, circa 2017 or something. So if the camera's a little funky, that's kind of why. So I appreciate you guys putting up with me on it. But yeah, that's really good. We got a few minutes here. Maybe I'll see if there's another question from the old Instagram on here. Let's see. Oh, there's a French or there's a Portuguese question, which is funny. Um, Let me see if there's another one. Oh, there's the inspiration for the song. Well, I kind of feel like I answered that slightly, a little bit. Maybe I'll tell you about my life right now. My life's a little bit crazy. I'm actually moving and I'm building a new studio. So my life has been kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever have this where you feel like everything's just a bit chaos. So that's kind of what's happening a little bit in my life right now, where it feels like everything's kind of like a bit chaotic, which is it's always good though, because you know that there's a change happening and things are going to get better. But at the moment, it feels like I'm kind of just floating around and everything's upside down. So yeah, but I'm pretty excited. What's the temperature where I'm at? Well, actually, it's kind of cold, a little bit. Well, cold by Australian standards, which is not that cold really in reality. So, but yeah, a little bit cold. Maybe like you're gonna laugh if you're from somewhere cold, like maybe like 19 degrees, 20 degrees or something like that. I'm wearing a jacket that was just a bit chilly, so my house gets a bit cold too, so but, um but yeah, I feel like I've got a few minutes here. I'm trying to think of what I should do. Maybe I could do a guitar tour. Let's do a guitar tour. Alright, while I'm here, this is I'll show you this guitar. This is my Gibson J45. This is what I tour with. This is all the touring and all that stuff happens. So all my shows are mostly played on this guitar, and I've had this guitar for a long time. I've had this guitar for probably, oh geez, I don't know, like 10 years or something like that. So it's been through a lot. Like me and Riley Pierce were on tour through Europe, and the neck snapped off it. I don't know if you can see that. And that was an emergency. That was stressful. And then we were in Hamburg, and this German dude, fixed it. He did such a good job. I'm super happy about that. I wouldn't have had anyone else fix it. I thought he did the greatest job. I'll show you another guitar because I feel like might as well show you something I'm excited about. Hold on a second here. Um, this one. Oh. So this one's like all my songs are recorded on this guitar, pretty much most of them. So it's pretty old. It's like really beat up. Oops. And it's like a vintage Martin from 1953. 0018. Anyways, it's sort of the best guitar I own in a way, and I got it from a friend's dad. Sadly, passed away, and he had a great collection of guitars, and this was one of them. And I just kind of asked if he was selling it, and yeah, he said he was. So that was good. Awesome. We got 1 minute till the video premiere. Exciting times. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's been really fun, actually. I've enjoyed it. It's been good. Hopefully, hopefully you guys are ready for some extreme close-ups of this face. Should be good. Awesome. Okay, cool, guys. Well, I will end this stream here and let's enjoy the video. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you guys later. See ya.